Hello and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. You and I both know that the case between the SEC and Ripple will finally be resolved tomorrow. Did you hear that Ripple XRP has just been approved in China? You may have heard that Ripple has been embroiled in major scandals in recent times. Despite this, Ripple Labs' real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network seems to be gaining acceptance in China. A letter of supplemental authority in support of the SEC's move for summary judgment in its lawsuit against Commonwealth Equity Services, LLC SEC versus Commonwealth was filed with the court in the District of Massachusetts some time ago. The judge found that the defendant had broken the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 by failing to disclose material information and decided against the defendant's fair notice claim. The Supreme Court's precedent on disclosure requirements, which dates back 50 years, was deemed sufficient by the court to give the parties adequate notice. The finance regulator claimed that the Howey test and its offspring gave adequate fair notice in their case against Ripple. Even while it was clear that the agency had been aware of the platform's practices for some time and had not implemented any rules addressing that specific activity, the SEC claims that the court and the Commonwealth case disregarded the fair notice defense. As a result, Ripple has chosen a new tack in the ongoing legal fight between the SEC and the company, rebutting the SEC's point regarding the SEC's fair notice defense strategy. In a recent filing, Ripple argued that the case the SEC used to invalidate the fair notice defense did not establish any such grounds. The blockchain firm also proved its assertions that the securities regulator had not provided sufficient notice of its disclosure requirements. Jeremy Hogan, a proponent of XRP, had an attorney explain why the SEC's classification of XRP was incorrect. In response to the SEC's letter, Hogan stated that the token did not fall under the investment contract category. Ripple claimed that the Commonwealth defendants' reliance on SEC advice and a hired expert witness for their fair notice defense was insufficient. The blockchain firm said that there was a mountain of evidence in the SEC's records and in the agency's interactions with outside parties indicating that XRP token sales were not securities offerings. Since none of the prior cases in the chain dealt with XRP or the facts presented in Ripple's latest response to the SEC, Ripple dismissed the SEC's boast of an unbroken chain of district court decisions rejecting fair notice defenses as irrelevant. As a result, XRP rose by 4%. Among the top 10 assets over the past 30 days, XRP has shown the greatest improvement. Based on data from CryptoSlate, the digital asset has significantly outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum during the time frame in question, by more than 20%. John Deaton, blockchain enthusiast, lawyer, and managing partner at the Deaton law firm, tweeted in late March that XRP had the best risk-to-reward ratio. The judge's decision is expected to be announced within the next 2 weeks, possibly this week. What could possibly go wrong with 45 cents if the SEC prevails? Status quo is the result of a ripple effect of appeals. The victor is Ripple. Additionally, XRP has been established as not being a security. Some Twitter users responded positively to the tweet, expressing their support for Ripple, while others were more skeptical, suggesting that Deaton may be receiving compensation from Ripple or XRP. Recently, Ripple CTO David Schwartz disproved claims that the XRP ledger can process 1,000 transactions per second. TPS in response to questions from the XRP community, Schwartz offered the following comments. Schwartz recently used Twitter to debunk 10 myths about XRP and the XRP ledger that have gained traction in the community but are not based in reality. Among these is the claim that XRP can handle up to 15 transactions per second. Someone in the community had brought it up in passing. Since its inception in 2012, the live XRP ledger has never reached speeds of up to 15 TPS, according to Schwartz. He did, however, concede that 300-500 transactions per second would be possible on a production blockchain with the current configuration. Between 3 and 7 transactions are processed every second in the Bitcoin network. Concerns were voiced by the XRP community concerning the absence of XRP from Ripple's liquidity hub, which removes all obstacles to, in light of these problems. Bitcoin BTC, Ethereum ETH, Bitcoin Cash BCH, Litecoin LTC, Tether USC, XD USC Coin, and the United States currency USD are just some of the 10 cryptocurrencies and fiat currencies that can be traded using 2 different crypto integrations. Notably, XRP wasn't on the list of supported assets, which has prompted widespread criticism. This is not a good indication, one local resident opined. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here, but it seems like the only reason to pull XRP would be to prepare for something. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see how somebody can both defend Ripple and be upset that Coinbase delisted it. Supporter of XRP and attorney Bill Morgan believes that the product's nature and business imperatives prevented XRP from being incorporated as a supported asset in the liquidity hub. He continued by saying that by excluding XRP from the product, Ripple will be able to push the liquidity hub in the US market without worrying about customers violating securities laws. Morgan believes that the Ripple liquidity hub is a safe bet even without XRP. Ripple's revenue source, which currently consists almost solely of XRP sales to odal users, may be diversified if it loses the dispute against the SEC. Meanwhile, China is extending a welcoming hand to the cryptocurrency industry. Hong Kong's crypto push, on the other hand, has been rising without much resistance. All of the predicted growth in the digital asset sector appears to be materializing. According to a recent article, the largest virtual bank in Hong Kong, Bank, is now facilitating fiat and cryptocurrency transactions and providing account services to the city's growing digital asset market. Customers in Hong Kong, China, and the United States can use SAR to withdraw funds in either Hong Kong dollars or US dollars. They'll do this after putting their crypto assets onto trading platforms. This means that come March 2020, ZA will be fully operational as a settlement bank. In terms of net assets, Bank, one of Hong Kong's 8 regulated virtual banks, has amassed the largest as of 2022. However, the bank is still losing money. Mr. Ronald Liu, one of the lender's top executives, has warned that it is too early to speculate on the business strategy. More customers. Extra money in the bank means more money coming in. The bank has excellent opportunities all the time. Mr. Liu has assured investors that the online lender has no plans to hire more staff to deal with the influx of cryptocurrency customers. Furthermore, the credit impulse in China is on the rise. This indicator, developed by former Deutsche Bank economist Michael Biggs, tracks the percentage change in new credit issued relative to GDP. Meanwhile, the US Federal Reserve maintains its anti-liquidity stance, which is bad news for risk assets like cryptocurrencies. However, China now appears less hesitant to expand credit. The Credit Impulse Index in China, which tracks the percentage change in new credit or bank lending as a percentage of GDP, has increased from 24% to 26% this year, as reported by Macro Micro. According to a document published by the Federal Reserve in November, a sustained increase in China's credit impulse might contribute to the global financial cycle and promote global risk sentiment, expanding global asset prices and global credit. Since Bitcoin is a risky investment, its price follows that of the stock market. Coinciding with large bearish to positive trend swings in Bitcoin have been previous instances of fresh credit expansion in China. So, if the Credit Impulse Index keeps going up, that could be good news for Bitcoin. Increased by 27% from the first quarter of 2022, fresh bank loans in China reached a record high of 10.6 trillion, or $1.54 trillion. Some days ago, data revealed risk assets and cryptocurrencies will be buoyed by this flood of cash. In a report published at the start of the month, Crypto Liquidity Network Paradigm's Director of Institutional Sales, David Burchell, made mention of China's recent liquidity injections. After the crash in March of 2020, caused by a coronavirus, China's credit impulse skyrocketed. In the subsequent year, Bitcoin's value increased by a factor of 6, reaching over $60,000 at its peak. After a year-long bear market, Bitcoin has surged over 70% this year on the back of a renewed upswing in the credit impulse. After the credit impulse bottomed out in May 2015 and again in December 2018, the cryptocurrency experienced a similar bull revival. A recent tweet from Johnny Deaton pretty much says it all. Above $30,000, Bitcoin update from Shanghai for today. Tomorrow, Judge Torres will issue a beautiful and fantastic judgment in the Ripple case. This week has the potential to be crypto's biggest ever. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.